Douglas, Exponential is a horse who's been in great form for you this season, if not a little bit frustrating, I imagine.
Yeah, to say the least. But the good thing is, I suppose, in hindsight, is that he's holding his form and he's running well. It is very frustrating though, and he's been given no favours with a barrier draw tomorrow night.
And you're obviously a trainer who has the luxury of riding his horses in gallops. You've had to sit on this horse recently. You're happy with him?
Yeah, I am. He's held his form. He seems to enjoy Chungfa, and he comes back with a bit of a bounce in his step.
Just on the Chungfa angle, obviously that's something you like to do with your horses, and it seems to have worked well for this guy.
It's something I do. I use the facilities regularly, and a horse like him, and you'll obviously notice one or two others, they seem to come back with a different frame of mind, and they enjoy the facilities.
And just on the addition of a tongue tie as well, he's worn that in the last sort of half a dozen starts, and his form, I guess you could say, has most definitely improved. Do you feel that's been a big asset to him, having that on?
I wouldn't know about a big asset, but I do believe it's improved his performance. You know, he's kept on creeping up in the ratings, and he does tend to play with his tongue a little bit, so it looks like it's been a positive move.
And just on the climb in those ratings, obviously you've got Jerry on board as well, so a valuable few pounds coming off there.
Yeah, he knows the horse well, and certainly the -3 is gonna definitely help his chances.
Douglas, you've got Savvy 9 lining up in the January Cup, 12 months on from winning it last year. How's he been?
He's in fantastic form. He seems to come good in the winter. He's kind of had the same lead-in as last year, and Ryan Moore was very complimentary of his last run. He tended to think that he could have won if the pace was a bit stronger. He's come out of that race in really good order, so he's going into this race fit, healthy, and in good condition.
He certainly trialled, I suppose, nicely for this race. On his course and distance record, Douglas, we don't see him all that often around the valley over this trip, but he's got super form figures.
He has. I think the tempo of the valley certainly helps him. But he's at a rating now where there aren't many available races for him, so he's got to run where the rating suggests for me to enter him. But having said that, I do think that the cooler climate plays a big part.
And just obviously this horse providing you with that first group win last year. Has this always been the plan to come back and try and win it again?
Yes, it has. A little bit of a different circumstance this year. He's carrying a very light weight, and it's a smaller field, but I'm really happy with his condition.
And just on obviously the handicap itself, as you say, Kai Ying Star up at the top, keeping plenty of them down low. Keith Young rides for you as well, so 120 pounds. He's got a lovely racing weight.
Yeah, Keith and I have had a lot of success together. He's ridden the horse before, so he knows him, and I certainly think that 113 pounds is going to be a big benefit.
Alexis, Dr. Winning is a horse that you've sat on before, and you'll get back on him Wednesday night.
Yes, I'm very pleased to ride this horse because he seems to be a young progressive horse, and I rode him a few races ago on a shorter trip in Châtillon, and it seems like he found his way in Happy Valley on the 1650s, so I'm happy from a good draw to ride him again.
And obviously what you saw last time, I know you weren't on board, but it was a nice win nevertheless, wasn't it?
Yes, I think he's had a pretty good race. Everything went smooth and he hit the line strongly. So hopefully from that good draw, I'll have a similar race and be competitive. But I believe he will have his chances.
He's got £5 more to carry as well. I guess given his nature, he looks as if he's the type of horse that can carry that weight forward, do you think?
I think so. He's a good-looking horse. He seems to be strong, and he probably still has some improvements to show. And I believe he will keep improving, yes.
Talking of improvement, obviously a couple of nice winners for you on the weekend just gone. We'll start with Healthy Happy. Great way to start the year. Great to see him back in top form as well.
Yes, very much. Just came back from a suspension, so it's always important to get back to the winning post. And Healthy Happy gave me a lovely win, and I'm so pleased to see him back at his best level.
And did you think he could do that over 14 first up? Obviously, I know it wasn't the biggest field in the world, but he was really tough, wasn't he?
He's been running fresh in the past, so his fitness was good. obviously the first trial was so-so, and then he showed big improvement between the first trial and the second one. So I thought he was fit enough to go back to the races, but I didn't expect him to win from a strong and tough race like that.
And just on expectations, you also jumped aboard Packing Victory, who got the win. He was very, very good. What was your assessment of him?
Yes, I think he's a very talented horse. He's got speed, gate speed, and stamina as well. So, which is probably the quality of a good horse.
Vincent, KURPANY is a horse that you'll jump back on board this Wednesday night. He went close last time, but sadly just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, last time got a good draw and he got the speed up there. Probably should have led on him and he could have been closer, but it's hard to say still. But this time got good draw again, 1200 won before, so he should do it.
I guess the one horse you didn't want to see in front of you was We the South, who has a great course and distance record. Did you think you had him covered? I mean, he gave a good kick, and your horse did as well.
Yeah, my horse showed a lot of speed in the 1000 too, and we'll see how the race pan out.
And just on the trip, you mentioned it there a few moments ago. Obviously, he's a 1,000-meter winner on a couple of occasions. Also 112. You're drawn well. Do you think the trips come sort of alike to this horse? He's versatile in that respect.
With a good draw, definitely help. And for sure he can handle 12 from last run. It still stays on very well. Even after the line, he kept going. So 12 is not a problem for him.